Don't look at the camera.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ashley Haden's Political Breakdown, a show where I and some guests talk about the week's news while I try not to swear too much. My guests this week are...
Sarah Callaghan!
And...
Joe Jacobs.
Fantastic. Right, who's got a news story to start with?
Go on, Joe.
I said I wrote 4 down.
Yes.
Because I did my research on the way here.
Fantastic.
I mean, just before. When you say news...
Yes.
What constitutes news?
What I deem it to be.
Right. It's not politics or anything.
I mean, the show's called Political Breakdown, so it's going to be nice you starting off with something that's not politics.
Okay. Daniela Westbrook.
Fantastic.
She...
what a world.
She's trending. She's trending on Pornhub.
Nice.
Which I didn't even know was a thing.
Okay.
Trending on Pornhub.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. That just means a lot of wanking, presumably. So.
Oh, thanks for that news story, Sarah.
No, it's not finished.
No, that's finished.
No, because she's releasing videos to fans, and I haven't seen it yet. Someone sent me the link on the way here.
I'm not even sure who she is.
She's the one with the nose. Then she did loads of coke, and then her
without
nose.
the nose.
Well, yeah, she's got no nose.
Got a new nose.
Okay.
Anyway, she was in EastEnders. Now she's doing pornographic videos for a select series of fans, and she's using the filters, the funny filters to do it. Which I don't know about you, but I'm not into that.
Sarah, you got any news?
I read in the paper yesterday that these 2 yobs on a train shat into a KFC box and threw it at a bird.
Oh, Christ.
But this
in
could
heaven.
be political because
Could
they
it?
were coming back from a football match.
Oh, yes.
So fucking let's stamp
even
out
more tenuous than
yob
mine.
culture.
I mean, this has started
The
well.
shit in a box is better than most KFC, though.
Yes.
I don't like KFC.
Yeah,
you
it's
like
disgusting.
KFC?
I mean,
That's the lowest.
if I'm comparing it to eating shit from a box, I'd take KFC.
Yeah, I would just.
Just, yeah.
Just.
You'd have to think about it.
Yeah. Depends on whose shit. Anyway, sorry to ruin your podcast.
I mean,
This is
Christ
awful.
in heaven.
I'm just trying to keep it light before we go on the horrific news stories that have happened in the last week.
Well, let's start with the first thing we got here, because it's not kind of. It's a group of pedo hunters. They have supposedly stepped over the mark. They're currently in court at the moment after they were they falsely imprisoned and used violence against men they suspected of being child sex offenders. Brilliant. What is your view on these pedo hunters?
I watch a lot of pedo hunters.
Yeah.
Stings. I think I have a sexual attraction to pedo hunters at this point. I watch so much of it. I know all the characters. I know like my favourite, Shane Brannigan. You know him?
Yeah.
He basically just shouts and he's horrible, but he gets the job done. And then you've got the sort of, I think that with pedo hunters, I think the worst thing about it is not to be done for noncing, but it's to be done for noncing by arguably some of the thickest people on the planet. That's what really would upset me the most.
Well, I'd be interested to see how many convictions that they actually do, because I mean,
Yeah, we don't get the results, do we?
well, yeah, because this is the thing. It's all well and good that they do and what they say, but you're getting to a point now where, as we've seen here, if you've got these people who aren't police, have no jurisdiction, have nothing, and are going about, and who they suspect is doing, and they're imprisoning them, they're beating them up, and everything else. This is, how can this be seen as? I mean, this is like
just by its nature.
Shit, Batman.
Most of the cases will get thrown out because they're usually entrapped. The evidence is what it is, but then they use aggressive language. There's so many reasons why it would just be dismissed.
But the thing is, though, it's like I've seen some where they've handled it really nicely, and they're just like, we're not going to hurt you. You're like, we're safe. Or if there's like a crowd gathering, they'll move them away from the crowd, and that they don't put their hands on them. Nothing. Yes, some of them do swear or whatever, but then it's like if they've got all the things. You're saying it's getting thrown out, but I don't know how when they've got conversations. But they've got conversations of like them talking to a child, knowing that they're underage, and then like wanting to actively go and meet up with them to have sex with them. So how is that? If that's black and white, I don't get it. Why would it be thrown out?
Because
I mean, thanks. That's
Like, I totally get it if they start beating people up and shit, because then a crime doesn't cancel another crime. But
yeah. I don't know how the law works, but I know that a lot of the hunter groups, some of them are former criminals themselves that sort of really like the notoriety and the fame, and some of them are ultra aggressive with the people. So that's not to discount the evidence they have against them, but I do know if they're threatening them and using language and sort of exposing them to hundreds of thousands of people, I would assume some of these cases get thrown out because they lose their jobs, they have to relocate. The punishment is there, kind of.
Yeah, we'll have to, I mean...
And some of them top themselves as well, so that is fitting in.
We need to do a lot of more research that I've done on this particular story to find out of the...
but also, if they're nonsense, then fucking beat them up, innit? Like...
Well, I had a thing about that. I had Alistair Becker King on
he's
last...
he's a nonce.
I love you. He is not. He's not a nonce.
But there was like the UK's worst paedophile was stabbed in prison last week.
That was interesting. Richard Huckle.
Yes, and it's all the paedophile and everything else. But we have a law for a reason.
Right, yeah,
and if you can't put them in... Because if you want to go back to capital punishment, what you're going to end up doing is killing innocent people in the end. That's what capital punishment does. It kills people, and then it also kills innocent people, because you tend to find... And so the question always comes with regards to beating people up, putting them into prisons that are unsafe and everything. You're going to get to a point where innocent people, or someone who's just been done for like possession of marijuana or something, which, let's be honest, shouldn't be illegal anymore, they're going to be put into an unsafe environment. They're going to get beaten up because you're more than happy for this world to be done because they're paedophiles.
Yeah.
It's where the line stops, because the line will never stop where you want it to.
Yeah, such a grey area though, really.
Back to what you were saying about why things would get thrown out. A lot of these people that they do nail in the videos, they're clearly suffering from mental health issues, special needs, and they never stop a video. They never pull the plug on a video when it's rolling, even if someone is clearly, not all there. They still kind of roll it.
Well, I mean, then you
so
get
it started off virtuous back in the day. I think like the Stinson Hunter, he was the original nonce hunter. But now some of these guys are just... Because it's all clickbait.
Yeah. I mean, there's no
rhyme or reason for it. They just...
I mean, social media has made pedo hunters bad. Terrible.
Speaking of nonsense, because I actually, this is really topical because I know a lot of nonce stuff. There's I do. You just reminded me.
Oh, that's going to be a clip.
There's, I just realised what I said there.
Cheeky little soundbite there.
Yeah. No, there was one of these videos who, he's called The Bald Nonce. That's his name on the internet, and it's actually gone viral. His clip, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a bald. He kind of talks like that. And he says, "Oh, you ruined me holiday." There's all these sound bites, and it's now a meme.
Right.
And this guy, I discovered, has a YouTube page. It's not official, but he has a YouTube page with more subscribers than mine.
Fucking hell.
And that's where we are in 2019. If you're nonce, he could have a legitimate career in theory.
That is
something to think about.
But they remix his quotes on a song. It's great.
So he is an actual nonce. He's not a hunter.
No, he was nonce. Yeah, he was a nonce that got caught in the sting.
Fuck. And now he's famous.
Yeah. I mean, I should say it's not him making the videos.
Okay.
It's people taking the piss out of him.
Right.
He hasn't just turned it around
as
a vlogger.
That's what I was thinking.
Quite immense PR.
I've got a great angle. Right, I'm a nonce, so...
But they were making memes of him, and then I saw amongst the memes someone had found him in a pub and they took a selfie with him by a urinal.
Fucking
and I'm like, this is where we're at.
Everyone is a cunt, mate. I'm telling you, the severe stupidity of humanity.
Let's talk about, what's that comedian guy? Alex Black?
Yeah. I saw that video.
I watched that. I watched the full... Alex Black, for anyone who doesn't realise watching, he was a comedian who got outed in a live pedo sting.
They treated him nice in that video, but he shit himself like...
I know they treated him... Well, they were all right. But I watched the whole video. It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I watched it, and then I would pause it like 20 minutes in and watch some of his stand-up as like a palate cleanser.
I've actually not seen it. What's his stand-up like?
I think his nonce thing was better. That was his better work.
More entertaining.
Please don't release this episode.
It's just authentic. I just like authentic content.
Oh, this is. I mean, it wasn't a fun Sunday. It's just the thing. Every time that something awful comes out in comedy, it tends to make for a very fun Sunday. Go into the comedy collective, see everyone making jokes about it. It's delightful. All the comedians get together and it's a proper community.
Of hate.
I saw nothing of that about this Alex Black. I saw one person mention it, and then that was it.
Yeah. Well, there was another paedophile situation years back.
What's his name?
One of the best, Russ Monkey with a gun.
That's
one
it,
of the best Sundays in comedy. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Get
like
yourself
Kennedy
some.
assassination. Everyone remembers where they were.
Yeah.
So why was that fun and the other one not then?
Because I mean, the community in comedy is dead now. We're not just all piling onto awful things, chucking out jokes.
It was a better situation because the Daily Mail article that revealed Russ had pictures of Russ with all these famous comedians, and he was smiling with them. It was like just a better exposure.
It was just.
And he was convicted as well.
Yeah.
No pretend nonsense like Alex Black.
Yeah.
Fictional. Yeah. Russ was a prolific sex offender.
I mean, we're going to move past paedophilia.
I don't know if Russ is watching.
Shout out, big up, Russ.
Hope you're all right wherever you are. I sent him a message when it all went down.
Did ya? Saying what? Best of luck.
I can't remember. I just said, what did I say? Something.
I can't believe you taught gymnastics.
Because I remember, it was around the time he was doing his post about he might do an Edinburgh show about it.
Oh, fucking hell.
God. I mean, what would you even call that? Comedy in A minor.
Oh, that's good.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
like
quick.
that.
See how surprised everyone was that I did something that resembled a joke. Oh, you can do punchlines. Oh, I didn't know.
Is this show always so nonce heavy?
No.
Just 'cause you're
and
here,
we're going
Joe,
to,
I feel like
we're
really
going to be
lowered the
moving
tone.
away because we're going to get into some actual news stories of the week.
I hope no one watches this with me on it.
I mean, your wish is my command. No one's watching this.
I like that. Do you always do them here?
No, you know I don't always do them here because you came to.
Well, that's why I did I did one in your house and it didn't happen.
Yeah, but they normally were. But I was evicted from that place.
From your house?
Yes.
You've been evicted from your house since
At the start of the month. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, at least you got a
space.
space.
The landlord wasn't paying the mortgage.
How did you get evicted?
They came.
That's terrible.
And they said, "Go."
How much time did you have to leave?
10 minutes.
Fucking hell! All your
Really?
shit in 10 minutes.
Oh, not all of my stuff because I couldn't carry all of my stuff. I have heavy things.
So what? You had to just leave them there. You had to just leave it all there.
I picked up the essentials.
Yeah.
What were they?
They were
Hat.
clothes. Yeah, that's the problem. I've only got one hat because I couldn't pick up more than one hat. So I've only had one hat for a couple of weeks, and it is. I mean, that's the saddest bit of it all.
Oh no, devastating.
What else? Hat.
Some
fags.
pants.
Hat, clothes, all me pads and my laptop.
So where's all your stuff now?
It's still there.
Are you allowed to go back and get it, or?
Yeah, but the landlord is getting the place back. So when he gets the keys, I'll go and pick up the rest of my stuff.
Wow, that's heavy.
I mean, it was fun. I had to cancel one of these because I didn't have a place to do it. And now we're here. Anyway, news. That's where we are.
Yeah.
That's where we are. The former Scottish Tory leader, Ruth Davidson, has joined a city PR firm as a senior advisor. So she's still sitting as an MSP after 2 months ago when she quit as the Scottish Tory leader. It's believed that she will be paid for 24 days' work in a year. Is this... what's our views in regards to MPs having second jobs?
I think it's bullshit. They get paid enough, don't they?
It's like the actor that had a second job and then the press made fun of them for it. I don't care if you have a few jobs.
That's different though, because obviously acting is so like it comes and goes, and you know it's not stable, is it? You know.
What was the MP's second job? I wasn't listening.
She's now working as a senior advisor for a PR firm.
They all have second jobs. All the MPs. They all do public speaking and shit.
Yeah, but
you're
being paid 80k.
Yeah.
plus a year with all your expenses and everything else.
Yeah.
And
they're on the
doing a
gravy
second
train. They
job.
all have loads of jobs.
Yeah,
They've
but
got loads of income streams.
She sounds like a greedy bitch to me.
It's especially with it regards to it being a PR firm. This is cash for access, isn't it? Is that what you're doing? Because she's going to be able to get meetings for this PR firm with her, with Tory party members, with all of this. This is where I'm looking at. This is where I'm looking at from this is how corrupt is this? Because especially with MPs, because she's an MSP, so she's a member of the Scottish Parliament. With MPs, to have a second job, you have to go through, or even when you leave as an MP, you have to wait 6 months before taking another role. And for that role, you have to go through something called a COBA, which is the government's part of basically going, you're taking this job. Have you got this job through foul means? Is it because you gave them contracts while you were in government that helped them and everything like this? A COBA allow literally everyone to get a job. It doesn't matter. You could be the defence secretary handing tons of contracts to G4S and then straight after leaving become the fucking chairman of G4S, and they'll all go, seems fine to me. This we're in quite a difficult period over the next couple of months, especially because we're going to, with the election that's potentially going to happen, we're going to see more and more with a stretching of what is possible with our government and our trust in everything, because we're going to see Facebook ads that are going to come on, lies that we've never seen before, trust going everywhere. So allowing, still sitting MPs, MSPs and everything else, allowing them to have second jobs with PR firms, with people who they've held contracts and everything else.
I think a lot of these MPs have second jobs because it's very hard to define what counts as a second job. They all take little earners here and there all the time.
It's not surprising to me. Everyone knows
went
how
on that
fucking
channel
corrupt
for
it is.
15k. What was that? What was that one?
Which one?
Corbyn went on. What is it? The
Press TV.
Right. For 15k. Is that another job? That's an income stream.
Well,
that's an appearance, right?
Yes. I mean, yeah, but you've got one which, like, you could argue is self-employed. You're going there talking on Press TV and everything else, but you're doing it as an MP. Like, he's going on there as an MP. He's not going on there as an advisor or anything else. He's doing it as his role as an MP at that point.
Right.
Whereas, say you've got someone like George Osborne, who, towards the end of he was being an MP, he had like 6 jobs.
He was at the Evening Standard or something.
He's still there as editor of the Evening Standard. He had a role with BlackRock, where he was being paid 6 figures a year.
Boris Johnson was a journalist as well prior to this as well. So that's what I mean by defining another job, because everybody. It's a capitalist society. Everyone's going to try and make money.
But if you're using your position as an MP to help other people out, to give contracts and everything else, that's straight away against the law anyway.
But you're saying if you're using your position as MP to help other out, that's okay. But like in theory, as working as a PR person, you could be helping people out.
I mean, no, there hasn't been a.
In theory, by its definition, PR's like putting a good spin on something, right? So
yeah, but putting a good spin on like killing people.
Yeah. But isn't that what a lot of MPs market themselves as doing? I don't know what I'm talking about. You've really got the worst person. I have no intelligence. I don't watch the news, apart from Daniela Westbrook related things. That's it. You know.
Oh, I mean, this is where we're heading, because we've got 2 political campaigners have just been hired by the Conservatives. Now, they are there to run the digital campaign for the next general election. Previously, they helped run anonymous Facebook propaganda networks, and now they've been employed to improve the Conservative Party's online operation, because they didn't like that they were losing the last election to Labour online. So Labour did a lot better online. So now what we've got is the Conservatives bringing in people who have run propaganda networks in the past, things like Vote Leave and all of this stuff. And I mean, you see for it all with people like Linton Crosby has for years run propaganda campaigns for Saudi Arabia, for parties and everything else. How would you look? Because when we do this election, it's going to be hell. We are going to see lies, propaganda, everything going. We're going to see breaking of electoral law, and it's already been shown that we don't give a fuck if we break electoral law. We showed that in the referendum. We do not care anymore. How would you look at actually solidifying a bit more trust in politics and elections?
What a question. That's a tough one.
Well, there is no trust, is there?
Yeah, but how would you look to bring some trust in?
Well, the only way you're ever going to do that is to fucking tell the truth or to do something and commit to it, you know what I'm saying? But that's never going to happen because any time any vote is made or any decision, it's completely opposite, you know?
I like it when they go on the television.
I don't know how it's ever going to change.
You know, the questions, the live questions, they don't do that enough. You can't trust, because all the Cambridge Analytica, all those Facebook sponsored ads and targeted ads, that's where it's all heading. So it's just a faceless, you're just a cog in a machine. You're just,
it's not real, is it?
Algorithms. You need to have face-to-face and really get the measure of someone, I think. That's the only way.
Algorithms know if you're an idiot.
What?
That algorithms know if you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's thing because that's what they're doing with the algorithms. Because like, I'm not going to ever see something from the Tory party because they're not going to aim that at me. They're not going to aim that. I'm not going to see anything from the Brexit party or anything like that because it's never going to be aimed at me. But what the algorithm does is say, right, who's the most likely to believe this shit? Aim it at you. And then you've got like Facebook, who is one of the biggest devils in this world at the moment. They're trying to make themselves look better by getting independent fact checkers in. One of the fact checkers they're getting in is Breitbart.
Fucking hell.
You're going, this is...
When is Facebook going down? Because they're not getting new members. You know, no kids use it. I want them to go down like
Really?
MySpace.
No kids use it?
I've got young sisters. They don't use Facebook. It's for
Really?
old people.
Oh my God.
They're not getting. They're
It's
not
all just
retaining.
Instagram, is it?
Yeah, they're on the gram. But Facebook owns Instagram, sadly,
Yeah.
and
Fuck
WhatsApp.
hell, I didn't know.
So then the argument would be never.
Yeah, but like Facebook as a platform, it's not. They're kind of trying to make people around the world join it, but they're not retaining kind of younger people. All their adverts about what you were saying about honesty, security, it's all bullshit. I can't see them sort of stepping things up and improving the service. It seems to just be getting worse. I think they're going to go down fighting, and it's going to be ugly.
Well, I mean, it's their argument about being fair and democracy, and they're always like, Zuckerberg has been in front of Congress this week.
Lizard man.
I mean, you've never seen a creepier person.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
It is. He looks slimy.
He looks
Like,
haunted.
yeah, like if you touch him, you're gonna go, oh, give me a wet wipe.
Isn't it weird that he's like a billionaire and he just hasn't? He's just got nothing. He's got no career. I can't imagine him functioning.
Well, it's because he's sat behind the fucking computer his whole life. That's why.
Maybe.
I mean, he's got
Must
no...
do some stuff other than statuses.
I mean, you would think that he'd be able to afford some veg at this point because he looks like he doesn't eat
or
veg.
a fucking stylist. Anything.
Yeah.
Talking about people who don't eat veg as an aside, Jordan Peterson has put himself into rehab for an addiction to anti-anxiety medication, and I just think that is just the best news.
I don't know who that is.
Cunt.
Why is he a cunt?
Why is he a cunt? Because he's got terrible views. He's an awful human being. He got famous off of a lie.
What's
and
the
a
lie?
lot. He got famous because over in Canada with the law on like pronouns of trans people, and what he said it would do, it wouldn't do. He got famous off of a lie. He's pushes some. He's basically a Christian fundamentalist from the 1970s that is around today. You know,
Wow.
it's amazing, and he has an only meat diet, which I think is the best PR I've ever seen.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
That's all he eats is meat.
yeah, that is the best PR I've ever seen directed at men.
I've never heard someone who hates Jordan Peterson as much as you. I'm just ambivalent about him. He can speak well. He's got a few good videos. I'm not one of these YouTube wormhole people that love him off, though. He's got a lot of strange fans.
I don't like anyone that pushes hate.
I don't think he pushes much hate.
I think he does.
People have levelled at him. I haven't seen any of it.
I mean, it depends where you look. He also once said that you can't give up smoking without God's help.
That's a good one. I remember he pissed off a lot of people. He said women wear makeup to look like fruit.
Yes.
To look like fruit.
Women wear blusher to make their cheeks red to look like fruit because men evolved from fruit-eating monkeys.
I never heard the rest of it.
Because I did a joke about that in like my second show. It's amazing. I mean, the simple thing that people don't seem to understand with that is that women evolved from the same fucking creatures. Like, we're not different species. So if men evolved from fruit-eating monkeys, then so did women. So why aren't men fucking walking around with their faces painted green to look like kiwi fruit?
I just thought it was
bullshit.
To look like fruit because fruit is nice.
No.
Juicy.
Yeah.
No, it's
tasty.
Because we evolved from fruit-eating monkeys. Which, even at that point, you're going, did we, though?
And also, I didn't even know that monkeys eat fruit.
Oh, yeah, monkeys eat fruit.
Purely, that's it.
No, I mean, it depends on the monkey. There's a number. I mean, some eat meat, some eat fruit.
Some eat each other.
Yeah. You know?
Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Right, yeah, he sounds like a bit of a cunt.
He's he's just another one of these faux intellectual shit ends go along, because he's got. I mean, like, the stuff that he knows well, but you can't pick in psychology and claim that because you know a bit on that, you can solve everything.
Right.
You
He's
simply
popular
can't.
with the incel lot, isn't
Yeah, exactly. And listen, if you're popular with the incel lot, there's a good chance you're a cunt. It stands to reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to a point, if all the incels are going along going, I'm a big fan of eating shit in a bucket, you'd question if eating shit from a bucket was a good thing.
The thing is, though, I like playing devil's advocate with you, but like...
you know the devil was a bad guy, right?
Yeah. Hang
Good.
on. So with Peterson, he's got a lot of fans. They're all incels. That's a phrase kind of just referring to sort of unhinged men. Right?
Men who can't get laid and are angry about it.
Right. So if they hold up Peterson as a poster boy for what they represent, then maybe it could be a good thing because he might help them out.
Yeah, but he's not there to help them out.
And he's definitely not going to get them a fuck, that's for sure.
No, he's a type of bloke who tells you to clean your room. You feeling sad? Clean your room. Oh, thanks, mate.
That's good advice.
No, it's bullshit.
Make your bed and clean your room.
Go for a jog. If all of your problems can be solved by going for a jog and cleaning your room, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. There's nothing fucking wrong with you.
Drink some water. I could be Jordan Peterson.
You don't have the voice for it. He sounds like Kermit, and it's the funniest thing. Probably sounds like Kermit the Frog. Yeah. It's fucking immense. Absolutely wonderful. But it's with the likes of Jordan Peterson, and I don't like anyone who has allowed the far right to claim some form of academic knowledge. Like, oh no, we're not racist. This all comes from science. Like, it doesn't. It doesn't come from science, because the science that you're talking about, you're picking this small amount, not looking at the whole thing and going, well, no, because it means that black people have smaller minds than white people.
So he's racist.
I mean, yes, he's racist, he's sexist, he's a cunt, mate. I don't know, I can't say it in any other way. And he can come and sue me if he likes, but he's not gonna, because he's too busy trying to shit out 2 weeks' worth of steak.
All meat diet.
I mean, an all meat diet sounds wonderful.
Well, I don't know why he's not dead yet. Like, how is he not?
I mean,
got cancer?
Well, he's in rehab for anti-anxiety pills.
Is he?
How do you go into rehab for that anyway? Isn't that the lamest thing to go into rehab
Yeah.
for? It's like the lead singer of Keane.
It's a pussy drug.
Didn't he go into rehab for an addiction to port and cheese?
Oh, really?
I don't know if I'm making that up.
Yeah, I think you're
I
right.
heard
Someone
about
told me
that.
that.
I'm not sure.
Pork and cheese.
I think it's also. I think it was also cocaine.
Oh yeah, the trifecta.
Port, cheese, cocaine.
I don't know much about Peterson and the rehab thing, but what if someone needs help and they're getting help? That's a good thing. I don't know why you should look down on someone for getting help.
I'm not looking down on him for getting help. I'm
You just
saying that
don't
I'm
like
happy
him.
that
You're
he's
happy.
going in there.
What? Because he's going to be helped out.
No, because he's just going to be away from places for a while. This idea.
He might change his mind about things.
This idea that you have to be nice to everyone is bullshit.
I don't think you should be
Go
nice
out,
to
punch,
everyone.
if you want to punch a Nazi, you go out and you punch a Nazi. You have fun with it.
No, you shouldn't punch Nazis.
Yes, you should. We had a.
Well, but then we're going back round to the paedophile thing.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Nazi
Yes.
thing, you know what I
Oh
mean?
no!
So-
I'm a massive hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'm
You
fully aware
you
of
can't
that.
say punch Nazis because the definition of what is a Nazi is always changing. It just you could.
If they do a
Especially
Nazi
you could-
salute, say that. Give it a thing.
But then
Right.
if you punched him, he might not get done. If
Yeah,
you
but
tried
I'm
to
not-
have a chat with him and you bought him a flat white,
mate, this whole fucking bullshit about. Listen, if you just talk to someone, then they'll change. No, they won't. If you show me one example
that's true.
ever
But
of
I tell you what,
shining a light, like
if
when
you punch someone, they probably are less likely to change. They'll probably just take their views a bit more underground.
But it's not going to change anyway. I mean, we've got a rise at the far right, and at the moment, sucking them off doesn't seem to be helping.
Now I didn't say suck them off.
We
Suck off a Nazi.
we
whatever you do.
put
That would encourage them.
we put the far right on TV every 2 fucking seconds, pissing out lies, and we're all going, yeah, but we need to tackle them. No one's there tackling them. No one's there debating them. That's the mating call of a retard. Debate me, debate me, debate me. Fuck off. Not here to fucking debate you. I'm not going to debate you for the same reason I don't play chess with a pigeon. It doesn't matter how well I play. You're still going to knock the pieces over, shit on the board, and walk around like you fucking won, mate.
That was beautiful. I like the police
Yeah.
siren. Like they were coming
Yeah.
to take you away. Oh man! You know,
no,
on
it's
the
true.
far right stuff. I tell you what. Good Morning Britain. That's a very, very problematic show
Why is that?
because Piers Morgan he's definitely a cunt, and whatever he is, the fact that he's like on first thing in the morning, spouting very dangerous. He's ruffling feathers and really he likes winding people up, and he gets all kinds of people onto debate and argument. That's the first thing people see in the morning. It's pretty dangerous,
Yeah.
and it's a big ratings hit. I think that show's really, really troubling. And I have watched it because I find Susanna Reid really attractive. So I'm guilty.
It doesn't get as many viewers as the BBC, though, does it?
I bet it does. I don't know.
No, it doesn't, because Dan Walker keeps on reminding Piers Morgan about it.
Okay.
Every time that Piers Morgan says something, he's always there going, yeah, but we've got more views.
I thought it was like a big success. He shouldn't be on morning television, Piers Morgan. Terrible.
No.
It
The whole
doesn't.
show is a sham, though. They've got no chemistry. Like when they all try and chit chat and
Yeah.
stuff. It's just
How did he spin that round? He was the devil, Piers Morgan, and now he's a breakfast TV host. Mental.
I mean, it's
People have a
fuck
short
knows.
memory.
yeah. I mean, he with like the phone hacking, he was either knew about it or was the most incompetent editor you've ever seen in your life. Because he
knew about it.
basically ran the mirror when it was happening.
He knew what was going on. And
Yeah.
the nail in the coffin for him was when he put the fake picture of
The terrorism. It was the torture.
Yeah, that's what was.
Yeah, that's why he's sacked. Yeah, because he did a fake.
He invented fake news.
No, fake news has been going on for well over 100 years.
Fake news.
Propaganda, Russia. We were very good at it. We're not the top anymore. Russia are fucking incredible at it.
Really?
Really exceptional.
They're going to make deep fake news soon. With
That's
fake
going to be
faces.
the fucking danger next.
deep fake.
You ever seen a deep fake? When they put someone's face on someone else's face and it looks just like them.
No. It's a real thing. You take the piss.
No, it's
No, real
real.
thing.
And like most things, the pornographers were the ones to capitalize on it first. So there were a load of deep fakes of like Hollywood actresses in porns, and then
Oh my
they had to take
God.
it down.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The technology's there. That's like when like all the Facebook targeted ads and all the info people gain when they download an app, a face changing app. It's all to push that technology further, and it's only going to be used for negativity and dangerous shit.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of apps in China that do it. So there are people who on like Titanic, they swap their face for Leonardo DiCaprio's, and so but as Joe points out, you're going to get to a point where as long as they say something within reason, so like Trump, you can get Trump to say anything, and no one's going to go, oh, this is fake, because he's a nutter.
Yeah.
He could go along going, oh, mate, I'm going to go and teabag Putin. Yeah. And we'll go, that sounds like something he would say.
Yeah.
The potential for chaos is crazy, because like, even if someone obviously didn't say it, the internet and technology moves so fast. If you had someone, I don't know, a politician saying something out of character, and then it blows up on the web, even if it was fake, the damage would be done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is it. You see on Twitter with stuff that go viral, like an absolute lie will have thousands of likes, thousands of retweets, tons of comments, and then you'll have someone go, actually, this is a lie, and it will have like 4 likes, 2 retweets.
I think people get off though, because most people's lives are so boring and mundane. Like, they get off on all that. It's exciting for them, isn't it? So they don't actually give a fuck whether it's the truth or a lie. It's like, oh my god, did you hear about this? You know what I mean? It's a talking point, isn't it?
There's loads of Facebook. I remember Facebook posts from certain people I know of. I remember one particularly, which was like it was a bench with spikes that raise up at night. And a few clicks on the article, basically the person said something along the lines of like, oh, Tory government, what a fucking disgrace. And a few clicks on the article reveal it to just be a student art installation. It wasn't legislated by any government. It was a complete...
I saw that,
It was a complete lie. Yeah. And I pointed this out. And then she said something along the lines of like, the point still remains.
It doesn't.
No, it does to her. But that's how people operate these days. And it's the same with when you're talking about, I don't know, conflicts and situations, people will often post up footage of like military shit, and it might be from another conflict. It doesn't matter. There's no authenticity. No one cares.
Oh, this is it.
It's just pushing their own narrative.
But both the left and the right do it, because the Guardian came up with a news story yesterday, I think it was, that said that the headline was something like, most people believe that violence towards MPs is fine for Brexit. Something, it wasn't fine, but it was like unavoidable for Brexit, something like that. And it was basically saying that people are okay with violence towards MPs, or as long as Brexit or some shit. But the figures that they got it from didn't actually say that. The actual source material, it was like proper big old pages and pages of information with polls and everything, different questions, different leading questions, giving you different answers and everything else. And they just went, right, okay, we'll look through this. That one, we're going to write about this.
People are dumb though, aren't they?
Yeah, and so everyone's straight away all over Twitter. They're going, "Oh, this is awful. This is terrible. This is awful. This is fucking ridiculous. This shouldn't be right. You can't just attack MPs. Think of Joe Cox." They're going, first off, don't fucking talk about Joe Cox when you haven't done any fucking research on this, because you shouldn't bring up a dead MP because you haven't done your fucking research. But this is where we are. You're right. We're idiots. We don't do any research ourselves, which is important. If you're going to read something, do the source stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, just don't know anything.
That's the thing about the internet as well. Like, you would never, like, when we didn't have that, articles online and stuff, you'd have a paper, you wouldn't read the first page and then just, like, imagine what the rest of the paper says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd read the whole lot. So, because it's people have just become so lazy, like, they'll see that and not click on it and not go in and read it and properly research the whole lot. It's just like...
A lot of people get their news from the Lad Bible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
That is bad, innit? Saying that, I've had people who say, "Oh, I get my news from what I say." Like, don't do that, mate. Don't do that at all.
That's what I said.
Did you?
Yeah, because I didn't research any news before I came here. said you're my conduit for the news.
That's a worry, mate. Because I mean, I don't do anything that's happy.
Yeah, I know. I don't read the news, man. It's too depressing.
Yeah, but you have to know who's fucking you.
Everybody.
Everyone, yeah, that's the thing. It's just like there's no side.
Yeah, right, like,
Thing is, like you said, I don't think I'm an opinionated person. I never claim to have the answers, and I'm kind of content with that. I would never be a comic or a type of person that would say, "This is what's happening. You must do this." I keep an open mind, and I'm aware that everything's fucked.
And it's not going to change the more we talk about it. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I think it'd be better for discussion, or if things were actually going to change or get better. But there's just too many cunts. We are overpowered.
I worry that
Like to do something. I don't know what.
You have to have some hope that things can change. Because if you don't think anything can change, kill yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's it. Because if you're going to spend your entire life depressed.
Well, no, but you're saying...
Oh,
no,
not you.
But I totally see where you're coming from. But then it's like, so the way I think about it in a positive spin, so I'm like, the world's never going to change, this is never going to... So I'm just going to concentrate, not be a prick to everyone, but just concentrate on me and do my thing, be a good person, live and do my thing and try and be as happy as I can be, because it's like, if you're spending your whole day stressing, ultimately it's not going to change. So all you're going to do is just fucking talk yourself into the ground and probably will kill yourself unintentionally.
I do think I'd never kill myself, because I'd much prefer to stay alive and spite the fuckers. You know. On about ourselves, I think we're heading towards the end of this, but 39 people dead.
What, 39 people? Oh, in that truck?
Yep.
Not now. But
yeah, in the lorry in Essex.
Yeah, that was very sad, wasn't it?
Well, police said that they were Chinese nationals. Now, what we've seen is the best and worst of humanity over the days that this has occurred. Because you've had one side who have gone, "This is awful. This is terrible. We can't allow this to happen again." And then you've had the other side who says, "This is awful. We need tighter borders." Seemingly not understanding that the reason that they came over is because they couldn't come over in any other way. So they found a way of coming over. They all dead.
Do they know the kind of the distance travelled? They were Chinese nationals.
They were Chinese nationals.
Why?
Because
I was surprised. I was surprised
oh no, they were
that
French or something,
Chinese.
weren't they? I swear they were coming from France.
They
may have come from
Bulgaria.
Yeah. Right? But they wouldn't have started off there. I mean, if they're Chinese nationals, they would have... we haven't found out what their journey is yet.
Yeah.
They're talking to the driver, aren't they? They've arrested him and shit, so...
I don't think he's complicit, probably.
Well, he probably did... Well, you think he didn't even know they're in the back?
Maybe. But they probably nicked him so they could get contacts and figure out a bit of what he does know.
Well, I heard that they paid 30 grand each.
Who, the drivers?
No, each of the people. I read that today.
They were paid 30 grand?
No, they paid to, because they have to pay a fee, innit? For people obviously like covering up for them or being in the cars and stuff. But I was thinking, fucking hell, it's like, that's what makes it even more sad that they must have saved or worked or borrowed all this money.
Yeah, it's just
like every penny they owned, and then it's like, bang, said.
The trucks are bad, the containers are bad, but, people, when they go across the sea, they pay the human traffickers to go on a fucking raft that's sinking. It's terrible.
Now, do we have any thoughts on how we could potentially do something about this? How would you stop human trafficking?
Well, there needs to be just more staff around that are seeing it happen. But I mean, there's always going to be criminals, and there's always people that are going to be wanting to make money. So I don't know how you're ever going to put a stop on that. But I'm saying it's a border issue, but just if there's more staff in each different bit, then at least you'll see humans and see this sort of action going on and stop it, or, take them somewhere else.
I don't know if it's possible to have enough staff to check those containers. It's a vast amounts of things coming in and out. And they make them... really not too clued up on it, but I think they design the containers to fit people in. There's a lot of deception going on. It's like with drug smuggling, very sophisticated ways of getting people in. But obviously, this, for whatever reason, this one failed to keep them safe.
Well, I don't know much about it in terms of like why couldn't they just come over normally? What, because they're poor, they don't have a passport, things like that, or? Oh
yeah, and it takes a long time for getting, if you're looking for asylum, it takes a long time. Right. But also with human traffickers, what they tend to do is it's selling. So I can help you out. you're not doing well here, because they tend to go after like homeless people with
Yeah,
not a lot of
yeah.
money. I can make this better for you. All you need to do, give me this little bit of money, come over, we'll get you a job, get you a nice little home, you'll be fantastic. So, oh, fantastic, I need something, I need help. So they go with them, and then they're slaves.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I mean, how are you supposed to put a stop on that? You know, because it's people feeding on other people's misfortune, isn't it? It's like saying, oh, how would you ever stop drugs ever being in circulation around the world? It's like you can't.
Human traffickers is one of the worst type of criminal. The human trafficker.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, but there needs to be. I mean, it's human trafficking is one of the things that you have to work together as a world to deal with. Just as a country, there's very little you can do on your own. It's one of the arguably one of the reasons why something like the EU is a useful thing with regards to security, because you're working with a network of a number of countries who are all working together for security of the area. Although, of course, they are all foreign, so let's don't want to work with any of them, the foreigners.
What would your solution be to it then?
I mean, jokingly, kill everyone. But more police, which would include more than just the 20,000 that we're bringing in, because the 20,000 that we're bringing in is going to put us to the same level that we were 10 years ago. We hadn't solved everything at that point, so we need a lot more police. But to get more police, what you're going to require is more money. To get more money, you're going to have to get people to actually pay some tax. And then you need a whole fundamental. With human trafficking, I don't think tons is going to change unless you actually work together as a world to want to stop it. I do not think there is enough care in humans to actually do it.
Well, whilst there's always poverty, there's still always going to be trafficking, and
If they chucked enough money at finding the people responsible, things would change quickly, but they don't want to.
Money solves everything.
Yeah.
And people, like NHS and everything, and when people go, oh, you can't just chuck money at it, it'll help.
Yeah.
It will help. I mean, fuck it. Chuck the money at the human traffickers, and they'll stop. This is it. I mean, money solves, but you can't just pay everything, because it's not a long-term way of actually solving anything. Just going, right, here's some money. That's not a long-term solution. A long-term solution will have to be not. You can't tighten the borders, because if your way of dealing with 39 dead people is let's become more insular, just as people, that's not good. That's something broken inside of us, where we look at humanity dying and other people dying and go, me. There's something fundamentally wrong with us in society now that's what we do. We claim to care for like 2 minutes, but then we'll go on to find out who the fucking Teletubbies would vote for in the next election. That's what we do. We care so little but pretend so much.
Absolutely.
Right. I think we're heading towards the end of this. So do you have anything to plug?
After that.
Yes.
You've got a nonce video coming out soon, haven't you? Yeah, I'm going to plug something. I have got a book coming out on the 24th of November and an album. I've got a launch happening in Tottenham. So fucking buy it, innit? And
if you send over all of the details and everything, we'll put it underneath the
sick.
thing.
Thank you.
Yourself?
I'm alright. I got stuff coming up. Website. Go on my website, joejacobs.website.
.website.
Yeah.
I mean, that is...
I'm definitely going to go on it now.
There you go. Good marketing.
Fantastic. Right. The stories that we missed, going through, Justin Trudeau has retained power but lost his majority. It turns out that there isn't enough blackface you can do to lose power in Canada. Tory MPs have drawn up new laws that would see any British citizen who undermines the government negotiations abroad to go to jail. which hopefully would also mean the Tory MPs who are writing it up, who are currently going and speaking to Poland, trying to get them to do a no deal, which they don't want to do because it's stupid. Sajid Javid has been told by the think tank, the Institute of Fiscal Studies, that the tax breaks for business owners give the rich an unfair advantage and fail to boost investment in the UK. This is the entrepreneur tax that's been happening that should probably be stopped because it's helping the rich get richer and the poor, again, fucked. We've covered that. BBC apologised after Andrew Marr accused Priti Patel of laughing. It turns out she's just a smug cunt. Who knew? Just that face. Google has officially announced that it has achieved quantum supremacy in a new article on the scientific journal Nature. See, we could have been talking about all of these.
What's quantum supremacy?
Sounds
fun.
the speed of processing. So they claim that they can do a calculation in 200 seconds that would take the world's most powerful supercomputer 10,000 years. However, IBM have suggested that it wouldn't, and they haven't, but we shall see. There's something about Leadsom being a cunt, but I can't be bothered with her. Boris Johnson's a dickhead, and stalkerware is something that's happening as well, but you can do your own research on that. I want to thank my guests, Joe Jacobs and Sarah Callaghan, and thanks. Bye.